We're joined by Athletic Director Sandy Barbour on GoPSUSports.com to talk about 2014-15. Sandy, let's start with academics. Just a phenomenal year across the board. What do you think?
Well, that's always where we start at Penn State, with Penn State athletics, and our student athletes are absolutely incredible. It's really hard to determine what the highlight is academically of 14-15. Graduation rate of 89%, which is stellar. APR, we had 7 teams that were recognized by the NCAA as programs of distinction. From an individual GPA standpoint, over 500 in the fall and 474, I believe, is the number for the spring. So 62% of our student athletes for the academic year achieved over a 3.0 for a semester, a student athlete GPA for the year of 3.11, which is spectacular. And then kind of capped off for us by Matt Brown being selected as the COSIDA Academic All-American of the year, which from an academic standpoint, you really can't top that for a guy who also won a national championship.
There are so many people that are involved with the process of being successful academically, but what can you say about the staffs behind the scenes that don't necessarily get the notoriety that Matt Brown does out in front and the job they've done to produce those numbers?
Well, you know, one of our mottos is the one team motto, and that we're all in this together and collectively we can achieve so much. And that's so true of the academic achievements. It takes our coaches identifying and bringing the right student athletes here, providing them within the right environment with which to succeed both athletically and academically. Our Morgan Academic Center staff is critical in this. Our faculty obviously play a huge role, and then all of our staff who make it very clear to our students every day that the academic side, the academic performance is really paramount for them in their Penn State careers.
Comprehensive success is obviously very important to you. You touched on the academic stuff, but on the field of play, number 8 in the Directors Cup, just talk about that.
Well, most importantly, it's important to Penn State. It's important to our community that we be really good across the board. I think it's something that as you look at Penn State University, if we're going to take it on academically, community-wise, public service, research, if we're going to take it on, we're going to do it well. And our athletic program represents nothing less than that. 8th in the Learfield Directors Cup this year, so another top 10 finish for Penn State, highlighted by a team national championship with Russ Rose's volleyball program, Micah Hancock, the National Player of the Year, and an ESPY Award nominee, 3 NCAA individual titles in wrestling, men's gymnastics, and men's fencing, 3 Big Ten titles, and a men's volleyball title as well. We could go on and on. 22 of our 31 programs represented in NCAA postseason play, 30 of the 31 represented in postseason play. And the thing that has me really, really excited about the future is that as good as we are, I think we've got lots of room for improvement, and that's what we're working on.
Big piece of the comprehensive success as well is activity in the community. So many of the teams are so involved with a number of different factors. This summer you've got Lift for Life. The Special Olympics was in town not too long ago. What does it say about the groups and their willingness to invest in community service? Tony,
that's the piece I probably didn't know as much about coming to Penn State almost a year ago now, and so impressed not only with the service and servant hearts that our student athletes and our programs have, but them taking the time and the quality way in which they engage with our community and serve as mentors, Lift for Life, serve as raising funds for particular causes, and I think such a great environment, such a great lesson for our student athletes, and as we all have learned in our lives, when we give, actually we're the ones who receive, and I think our student athletes learn those lessons through their great work in the community.
You're in month 12 of your tenure at Penn State as the athletic director. What's this first year been like for you now that you have a full year to reflect on?
Well, it's been incredible. It's been incredible because of all the success that we've been talking about here. But most importantly, Tony, it's been about people. And it's been about being embraced by a community here that is so passionate about who we are and what we're about. It's about people who hold themselves and hold us organizationally to a very, very high standard. I knew I was coming to a place with high standards, high integrity, and high values. and that's only been, I found that to be even more than I anticipated it would be. But the people have been fantastic, and as I said, it's been a great year, but I'm really excited about what we have ahead.
Speaking of that, 15-16 just around the corner, a number of the freshmen already, the football freshmen already in town, basketball freshmen. What has you excited about these next couple months here? The fall teams are going to be reporting sooner than later.
Well, the years blur together. It's our football incoming freshmen, our 2 basketballs. We've got some lacrosse kids, baseball, softball, track, you name it, are here. And so the next year kind of has begun, although it will begin in earnest when we have our teams actually start to practice in August, I think beginning with men's and women's soccer, and then football, and then volleyball, and our cross countries, field hockey, etc. So the years kind of blur into each other. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to James Franklin's second year at the helm of Penn State football. I'm looking forward to see what Russ Rose and women's volleyball can do to follow on the heels of their 7th national championship. Looking for great things from both our soccer programs, from Char Moret and what our field hockey program is going to do, and John Gondak's second year at the helm of cross country and track.
Knowing what you know now about year 1 under your belt and some of the venues you were able to see events, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to seeing again? Is it a game in Beaver Stadium? Is it a game in Pagula? Is it a game in the BJC, Rec Hall, all of the above? What has you excited?
And you know, it all has me excited. I've said over and over again, you know, what surprised me, and the surprise was a very pleasant one. You know, I knew I was coming to a place that had great passion, great fan interaction, great fan support, but until you actually live it, until you actually live Rec Hall for volleyball or wrestling, or you live Pagula for hockey, or Beaver for football, until you're actually in it, you don't really understand it. And of course, you know, the football season for me last year being brand new, it was more of a, things started to slow down for me in my own mind, you know, maybe in February. So I'm really looking forward to going through everything a second time, to really take it in and maybe enjoy it even more than I did the first year.
Sandy, we greatly appreciate your time. Thanks so much for talking to us, and
My
congrats
pleasure.
on 2014-15, and best of luck heading into the fall.
Here we go.